What is going on today, guys? Gear Jammer here, and today we are back in Forza Motorsport 6 for another, well, not really review because I'm yet again another biased person on this car, for another personal build to me. This was my very first car. I bought it young for $200. Well, actually I had an 83, this is 90. But I made it as close to mine as I could. Mine was a V6, this is a V8. I did do an engine swap for a modern 5.7 liter V8. And you'll see later in the video a couple of other little visual modifications that I did to the car. Not anything extreme, you know, I didn't add, you know, the canards or anything this time. I made it look like mine. And unfortunately, the man that I bought this car from, I was 5 years old when I first saw my car. My uncle had bought it. I looked at it once, said I want it. When I was 14, he looked at me and said $200 and cheers. Unfortunately, he is no longer with us, and I no longer have the car. I didn't take the greatest care of it. I would love to get my hands on another 83 P-tops and a manual to restore it in his honor, but that's maybe a future project. But I will do a little review on this car instead of me yammering on and getting emotional. Stock, it's a good car, and as you can see, I start out in chase cam, which is unusual for me. But it's another one of those cars. I love this car, so I like to go in chase cam. I do switch to interior cam a little bit because I want to see if I can bury the needle. Now on mine, the needle only went to 85 miles an hour. This one goes to 140. But we are also on Circuit of the Americas Grand Prix circuit, which is honestly a track I didn't think that this car would even survive. But it does decently well. Handling wise, it actually does better stock than with my tune on it, which tells me my tune needs a lot of refinement. I just slapped a quick tune on to get the video out, which I've been doing with a lot of my tunes. I haven't spent the time on the track that I'm going to run them on testing and tuning before I bring in the post-build review. And I had the glitch with my recording again. So not all of the build is shown in the video, but I did max everything except for the roll cage. I did add parts of the roll cage, but I didn't add the full cage because I didn't want it visible inside the car. Now, as it's stock, this thing's doing pretty well. It surprised me, to be honest. Here we are, lap 2. Don't ask me car names on this track. I don't run it, so I wouldn't know. But I just picked a random track to go on. Everybody does the Bernese Alps or Rio. You don't see many people run Circuit of the Americas in a video, so I went with it. And it drifts a little bit, which surprises me. You know, it's stock, it's a V8, but this Camaro was built back when it was push for fuel economy, lower the power, better emissions, blah 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 blah, all the BS that really destroyed the muscle car era. Even though that was the case, I still love this car. It's a good car. Here we go. I switched to interior cam to see if I can bury it. Then I realized, oh, it goes to 140. But I stick with it as long as I can. I back out of it a little earlier than what I needed to. But I really didn't want to put any major damage on the car. So I backed out early. I kind of pinged the rep limiter a little bit, not paying attention as usual. Had an ADD moment there. Now, here we're coming up the last sweeping corner. We've got 2 corners left after this, and then we go into the build. Which, like I said, there was a glitch with the build record. Not everything's showing. Just know I did max it. I've got to pay attention to my recording times. I don't really time myself when I'm doing them, so I don't know where I'm at, and I have a chance of going over when I do that. Now, the last video that was uploaded, as you saw, was a GTA multiplayer. Won't be a ton of those right now because, quite frankly, I want the multiplayer audio to show up. And again, the stupid menu lag. I don't think we could honestly complain about it enough. Otherwise, they would have patched that already. Like I said, I do an engine swap. I try to see what the displacement of the original is. It doesn't show it. But I go with, I know that the Camaro's got a 5.7 liter V8. I swap out the modern 5.7 for it. Twin turbo it. Don't like the look of this. Don't like the look of the race wing on the back. I like the original body style. But I add, as you can see, a cowl induction hood scoop. Then I add my tires, performance, obviously. I ran 275s up front, 295s in the rear. Slightly staggered, but I couldn't get a square setup. I go straight to the Specialized because I wanted to get as close to my original rims, which were just American Racing 5 spokes in brushed aluminum. I looked at those, it just wasn't right. So I go back to I look at the classic lockers again. But then I decide, you know what, I'm just going to go with the ones that are close to my original rims, which are the ATS Classics. I put 17s on it. Mine had 15s, but I wanted the 17s because it actually looks decent on 17s, especially if you slam it down and make it look right. Obviously, max out the trans. Now we go into platform and handling, all the way up on the brakes, max the suspension, put the anti-roll bars on it. On my Camaro, they were actually disconnected, so it would roll a lot more. And that was to increase its handling a little bit. My uncle wanted softer suspension, so he just disconnected the roll bars. Now, with the chassis upgrades, I did the second stage of that. I did not put the roll cage, as I said. Then as you can see, the glitch just bounced it all the way over to performance at the turbos. And like I said, I fully maxed the engine, and now we go into the tune. and I show you my tune as I always do. I go through it kind of quick this time because I just wanted to get back into the laps. Yeah, and as you can see, I didn't do any aero to it. Aerodynamics other than the hood scoop, it's factory. We get back to Circuit of the Americas, full circuit, or Grand Prix circuit, not full circuit. And we wait on it to load up. And now we take off with a high-powered 5.7 liter V8, still an interior cam. Run a little bit with the interior, and now we switch over to chase cam. Get the bar chase, and we run around till we get to, I can't remember where it was, but I do switch back to the interior cam because I want to see that needle in. Which, it's always fun to watch your factory speedometer in out when you have the HUD. Now, a lot of people think, oh well, you know, you need to run without HUD if you run interior cam, which in a car that doesn't have cam adjustments done on it, I would agree with them, because your rev limiter will actually tell you at that point when to shift. If you upgrade your cams, the rev limiter in your car is useless because it's going to rev past what it says for the shift point. Like I said, I switched back on the long straight. I forgot to hit the clutch again. And here we are, 184 miles an hour. And I quickly bring it back down and get out of interior cam so I can see to take the corners. As you can see, another subtle modification I did was I had to use decals to make it look like a T-tops. Now, I'm not 100% sure that they're actually even, but I wanted to have a T-tops Camaro. They don't have the glass roofs on the game because of danger, because, well, it's glass. If you wreck the car, the glass shatters, goes into your head, you could die. But I love the T-tops. If I was going to race a Camaro, it would have to be a T-top, and then I would custom make metal roof panels to go in where the glass would. And I would keep it street legal so I could drive it. And here we are on lap 2. And just, well, brake way down. I forget to drop shift. Get down to second and just lay into it, and then have to get right back out and drop back down to second for the second turn. Seems like another day where I can't talk correctly. And now we're coming up through the, I would say this is the slowest, one of the 2 slow sections of the track, because you can't really get very fast because you're constantly in and out of the gas and on the brakes. But we're where we can now gain speed again. But enjoy the rest of the video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to hit that like button. Tell me in the comments section what you thought down below. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. 187.